So I've been going through some personal lessons and I'm excited about what God's been showing me. If we don't have something real that we consider hard or uncertain or unstable or out of our control, we don't get as much growth. And God was showing me some things today at church while we were worshiping. The whole faith over fear thing. And how he wants us to choose faith. So when we choose faith, we choose him and his ways, and he can bless us and he can grow us and things are amazing. But when we choose fear, we fall into a trap. And it's not even like something I haven't heard or known, but it became real to me on a whole new level. And it was the whole concept of faith over fear. And when that was related to horses, it made me understand it so much more clear. So part of horse training is teaching a horse to not lean on their instinct, their own understanding, and the fear that drives them to do absolutely stupid things that could actually make them even more hurt, and lean on our guidance instead and have faith that what we're telling them to do, even though it doesn't necessarily make sense to them, is actually a better choice, would lead them to better things, would be safer, and they will grow from it in their own understanding and confidence and problem solving. And in turn, that's a catalyst for this beautiful relationship that we have with each other. And so God is doing the same exact thing. When we act on fear, we do a whole bunch of stupid things to mess up our lives. But when we choose faith over our fear, then he is able to open the floodgates of heaven and provide for us in ways that we didn't even think or imagine or conceive in our minds that that's even a possibility. And he strengthens our faith and our trust in him. But in order for that to become absolutely real, he has to allow for some things in our lives to happen and really kind of press us a little bit and really allow for something very fearful that seems out of our control to actually be a catalyst in our lives, so that we could have a real choice of, this is so scary, but I'm going to choose to trust. So the same with horse training. We allow our horses to be exposed to some things that might be very frightening to them, and therefore they can really feel that and choose to rely on our guidance. And we're finally so successful when that becomes a habitual response. And isn't that what we want to train our horses to? The habitual response of them going, oh my goodness, I might die. What do I do? And they look to us, and then they trust us and do what we ask them to do. And for us humans, I'm talking about the type of fear that's destructive, that we're going to take stuff in our own strength and we decide what to do and we usually make a mess. And I'm not talking about the fear that we kind of use that word, but it's not really fear. It's a reverence, because the Bible says that the fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom. But that fear word is not really fear. It's more of a reference and respect. And I'm not talking about the fear that equates to wisdom, basically developing our frontal lobe of our brain and just teaching us to be wise. I'm talking about the fear that you're basically trying to save yourself rather than just do the right thing, trust God, and such a burden would be taken off your shoulders when you do that. And in this context, Matthew 11:29 and 30 is so right on and sinks in so deeply, because Jesus says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I mean, there's so much peace and provision in that statement when you choose faith over fear.